Hello, everyone. Welcome to Abnormal Investigations. Did y'all see that good looking little boy at the beginning of this show on there? Ain't that a good looking boy? Uh, I love looking at that picture of him whenever it comes up. That's his happy face, guys. If y'all are wondering, that's what he looks like when he's happy. And you can see it in his eyes when that boy is happy. He says so much with his eyes. Hunter, I love and miss you. Love and miss you every day. I missed you today while I was out, buddy. And I just want you to know that each and every day I'm fighting for you, little man. And I will continue to as long as it takes and as much money as it takes. We're not going to stop, buddy. Um, Sky's the limit. Oh, man, I've been out in the woods today, guys. A lot of you might have seen me out there today messing around. And I want to thank you all for viewing the little video live I done today. Can you believe, guys, I only done a 20-minute video and we're already over 315 views? Yep, that's what happens, I guess, when you get off your butt and do something, right? Everybody gets tired of looking at somebody behind a desk, huh? Uh, I know that I'm tired of sitting behind a desk. It's just not who I am. And, you know, you got to get a little cardio in. You got to get out there and see it for yourself and not just sit behind a desk and, well, some people say tell stories. I don't like to say tell stories. I like to do encounters because, hell, anybody can make up a story, right? But I had a lot of fun out there today, and I seen a lot of cool things. Got a lot of ideas, and we might even share that idea with you tonight. I'm not real sure yet. Me and Brooks been kicking around a crazy idea that I came up with. It's probably going to be scarier than hell, but I think we may kick that idea off. Let's see, we got Tammy in here tonight. We got Dana in here tonight. We got Herbert and Nancy and Sharon and Tammy again. Uh, Good to see everybody. Silver Bullet's in here tonight. Silver Bullet says it's a handsome young man, and he is the best looking boy I've ever seen. He is a good kid, inside and out. That boy. Uh, I can't say enough about him. He'll probably take this channel over too someday. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't probably run everything at some point in time. For his age and everything, he's brilliant. He's smart. And the way that he looks at the camera, so many people said that boy, he just when he talks right to you, and he does. He uses those eyes. Those eyes of that's uh that's just who Hunter is. Yes, Beverly. He'll be back soon. Elizabeth Blosser's in here. Good to see you tonight. I'm going to go ahead and get my co-host in here tonight. Brooks will be joining us tonight. She can't wait to get in and answer all the questions.
Hello, everybody.
Oh man, I just been kind of running my mouth a little bit. Sarah will be out tonight. She's a little under the weather. She found out she has a sinus infection, so
Ugh.
she's got that headache, and she just probably doesn't feel like staring at the screen. And I don't blame her. When I have a migraine or sinuses, it's hard to look at these screens because you all see one screen. I've actually got three screens around me that I'm watching. So, but yeah, she's going to be out tonight. Kaylee, we don't know where she's at. She is just missing. So,
She's MIA.
yep, she is gone. So we don't know where she's at. There's no telling what she's doing or. But tonight we're going to have a great show, guys. We're going to share some things with y'all, some of our ideas we got going on. You know, I got out there today and it felt good, Brooks. It felt good to be back, boots on the ground. Uh, Sitting behind this desk, it's just not my thing. I mean, I don't mind doing it a little bit, but I'm the type of person I want to be out there where the action's at, and I enjoy being out in nature and even seeing that woodpecker today. I thought that was pretty cool.
Aren't they neat? I've got a bunch of woodpeckers here.
I think they're really pretty too.
The babies are adorable. Ugh, they're
I
so
don't
cute.
I don't know if I don't know if I've ever seen a baby woodpecker.
I've got them in my yard when they're out.
I might have to try to find one of them.
Hmm.
Silver Bullet says Hunter is so blessed to have so many people loving him and praying for him. Yes, he is. We have a great family here at Abnormal Investigations, and we've drove a lot of people crazy. That's for sure. Um, I got some new channels reached out here today. Uh, I had four channels reached out to me, and they are four that I have never visited with. They are really good people. They have some of the same ideas I have, and they really support us. And it was nice to reach out to some new faces, some new ideas. So that was really nice. They don't
Oh,
want to be
awesome.
brought out yet, but eventually they'll be coming on the show.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Uh, Candace says, Sarah, I hope you feel better and sleep well. One thing about it, she probably ain't having trouble sleeping. I have to give her a little nudge right there, a little jab. Uh, I did find out something in this community, guys. There is literally wolves in sheep's clothing, and
Yeah,
but a lot of people say it's over, it's over, it's over, and I'm going to leave this little conversation with this. We all know what happened to the bad wolf and the end of the Red Riding Hood, don't we?
yes, we do.
And I'm the woodsman because I don't sit behind the desk all the time. So there's your hint on that one. Let's see here. I pray Sarah feels much better soon and that Kaylee is having a great evening. Hey to Mama. To kisses and hugs to Hunter. Oh, he would love that. He'd be blushing red right now, Mary. He is a he is an awesome little boy. And Dana says AI boots on the ground. Yep, we are back at that. Um, you know what? I think our merchandise when we get it is going to have boots on the ground on it.
Absolutely.
I get attacked more over that saying, I think, than I do anything. People hate when you talk about boots on the ground.
Yeah, but you're noticing that these people that hated it, oh, well, we're going boots on the ground now. Yeah.
They are.
Hmm.
They are.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
I look for some of them to start uh, going out into the woods and trying to do boots on the ground because, I'm the best at it, and when you see something good, you got to copy it. So it's good to know that I have people following me in my footsteps. So you know, I think
Yeah,
that's funny.
we
It's
got
funny.
good ideas over here, and if you'll notice, they copy them.
Oh yeah,
Follow right
yep,
behind. Hmm.
yep. Next show next weekend will be about fairies on their channel.
Yep.
Uh, but another thing, guys, is I had somebody correct me on the spelling today. They said that I spelled "fey" wrong, and I actually didn't. I put the definition of it and the correct spelling of it out of the dictionary. So I'm not as hillbilly as you think I am. I do use Google to make sure that I get a lot of my wording right because if I don't, well, people's going to make sure I hear about that too. Beverly Yates, I think you are 100% absolutely nailed that one right on the head. They're afraid to go out and do it themselves, and if they do it themselves, they're probably not going to walk a mile, two or three like I do. They're probably going to stay around their truck. I think if you're going to get an encounter, you got to get out there where they're at. You got to put yourself in a vulnerable situation.
Hmm.
And, well, guys, I'm going to be doing that on a live. That's going to be one of the secrets that we're going to be talking about here tonight. We got something coming up, and I'll guarantee you that is a live that you are not going to want to miss. I'm going to put myself in a very vulnerable situation while you guys are going to be live watching it happen. So we might tell you what that's going to be. But first, I want to add that Red Tick Hound, I have not seen him in a while. I've been looking for him. He is in my prayers and in my thoughts, and I'd ask you all to keep him there also.
Yeah.
I worry about him.
Yeah.
He's a really big supporter, and I know a lot of people really cared about him.
Yeah.
And we miss you if you're watching, Red Tick Hound. We look for you every time.
Yeah.
Well, we got 44 people that's already in the chat tonight. And they're real people, guys. They're not bot. These are the real people. These are real people. So, all 46 of them now are real people. We're not like the other people that's buying them. Oh my
That's
goodness.
right.
I'm in an ornery mood tonight. I've been out in the woods too long. Uh, yeah, that's great. All the prayers going up for Red Tick County. He deserves that. Um, so Brooks, should we tell them what we're planning on doing on a live coming up?
Oh, well, let's keep it a surprise.
Keep it a surprise.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be scary
Yeah.
because I'm not going to be able to see a lot with that bright light on me and looking at a screen. So that's probably going to be pretty wild.
Yeah.
God, I hope
Yeah.
Sarah don't leave me down
Grab the car keys.
there. Say, Sarah, leave the keys.
Well, if you go in your truck, you got the keys.
Yeah, that's what we're going to have to do. Make sure that we take my truck.
Yeah. She'll bowl you over for the keys. You'll get
Yes.
tackled. Give me those keys.
Hello, Psychic. Good. Glad you're here and glad you're able to listen to us while you're driving. Don't be texting and driving. Just listen to us. We
Yeah.
want we want everybody to be safe. But yeah, Mary says, a bright light, Mike. Yeah, there. That was your all's hint. I'm not going to be able to see real well at what's going on around me when we do this, but y'all are going to be right there with us. So I think it's going to be very, very, very interesting.
I think
It'll be.
so too.
I think it'll be very scary. I haven't told mom yet. She don't know. Hey, there's Tyrone. He's come
Hey,
into the chat.
Tyrone.
It's always good to see familiar faces and our supporters. It's good to see everybody. There's Tracy.
Ah, she made it.
She made it. Good to see you, Tracy. Hope you're having a good day, and thank you for moderating tonight.
Hey,
Well,
sister.
guys, hey, sister, what up? She'll be telling me to be good now. She'll say, "You stop that." She's a busy lady too.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. I'm
Our
glad she
moderators
finally
are in
got,
the door.
I'm glad she got dug out of the snow.
Oh,
Yeah, she was stuck a couple of days. It's
there's
like 3 or
Lori.
4 foot.
She's a Canadian, right?
Yes. Texan. She's born Texan.
Texadian.
Yeah, she's a Texadian. She's been up there, oh, at least 35 years. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, I think it's more
Thank
than
you.
that now.
I'm glad that she's here. She's a big help. I'm starting to wonder where Scott's at tonight.
Yeah, I
I bet
told
you
him.
he's probably having a big old steak or something. He'll be bragging about that later.
Yeah, he's eating out. Yeah. Oh,
I
she's
think.
been there 42 years now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been there almost as long as I've been alive. I better be good. She's gonna get on to me. I feel a little honored. I might get in trouble tonight, guys.
Yeah, you might.
I'm in an ornery mood. I don't know. I think it's all this power from sitting behind the desk. Uh, I
Keyboard warrior, you.
know. I tell you what, it's starting to get on my nerves. I'm ready to get out there and start exploring the woods and everything.
Yeah.
Well, tonight, guys, we got a few things we're going to talk about. One of the things I wanted to talk about was a video that we done. Hello, hope I say this right. Kaz from Ireland.
Kaz from Ireland. Oh, and tomorrow is Beverly Yates's birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Beverly. And Kaz, I think you're going to like our show next weekend a whole lot, and probably a little bit tonight. So it's kind of going to touch on some things.
Yeah, maybe that person, if it's a girl or a guy, has some stories.
Oh, yeah, that would be really good. That would go along
Yeah,
with it. That would be real good.
yeah, yeah.
Well, guys, one of the things we want to talk about tonight is imaginary friends, is what we're going to start off with. How many of your kids or nephews, nieces have you known that has had an imaginary friend? Sometimes we think that they're not nothing to worry about. But I think opposite of that. I think that an imaginary friend is a red flag.
Hmm.
Um, we have a story that we done, which was a video, and that really made me start thinking. And I'm going to tell you all a story. I'm not going to give any names because I don't have their permission to use their names. But there was a couple that lived in a house, and their youngest ended up having an imaginary friend. Now, this imaginary friend did not come into the house, it would stay outside of the window and talk to this child. It started off as nothing to worry about. It wasn't anything sinister or scary or anything like that. But as time went on, it seemed like it tried to maybe push the child a little bit. Um, kind of like, for instance, it tried to get the child to come out of the window one night and play with it in the middle of the night. Something that the child would not normally do.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it wanted it to come outside. And of course, luckily, the child did not come outside. Later on, being a child, the child asked it to come inside and play.
Oh.
Well, this is where it starts to turn a little bit. The little imaginary friend says, I would love to come inside and play with you, but I can't. And of course, the little child says, well, why can't you come inside and play? And it says, well, your mom won't let me. So the little child starts thinking that, the mom possibly knows who this imaginary friend is. And time went on, and they would meet at the window, and they would talk, and they would play. And then eventually, the little child would ask again, come inside and play. And again, it would say, I cannot come in because your mom will not let me. Well, as time went on, the thing outside got a little more pushy. It kept saying, come outside and play. Come outside and play. I can't play inside, but we can play outside. And this is always late at night after the mom and dad went to bed. Now, the dad did not believe in these things. He did not believe in ghosts or demons or none of that kind of stuff. He was not a believer. So, time went on, and finally the little kid says, well, what do I got to do to get you to come inside my house and play? And this is exactly what it told the child, the imaginary friend. Well, the only way I could come in and play is if you were to kill your mom.
Uh.
Yeah. So the little child says, why would I have to kill my mom for you to come in and play? And it says, because your mom is mean and she won't let me come in the house. So time passes. Of course, the child never tried to hurt the mother. And I know these people really well. And I've known them for a long time. They've been friends of mine and my best friends. That was a jab. But anyways, they were they were. I do know them really well, but they were. The child never tried to hurt the mom. And one night, the dad gets up in the middle of the night. He's got to go to the bathroom. As he's walking back to the bedroom, sitting in the front room is an old lady rocking a baby in a rocking chair.
Mm.
This bothered him so bad that they ended up moving out of the house. Later on, they found out the house they lived in used to be an old church.
Huh.
So, my question is, if people are living in old churches and say they do exorcisms in these old churches, would there be leftovers there?
That's a possibility. I mean, even in the churches today, there's evil beings that go in there and try and break up the churches,
Yeah.
divide the church.
Well, there was the other story about, and this kind of goes into, what we're going to talk about tonight, but I'm not going to skip ahead because, a lot of parents, when the kids see something in their room or they see something that frightens them, or for instance, there's children right now on the web that's been caught because a lot of people are putting these nanny cameras in,
Mm-hmm.
and they're noticing that these little kids, when they're alone in the front room and things, they're having arguments with something,
Right.
and there's nothing there. And
Mm.
in some of the videos, the bottle that the baby, a toddler is walking around, the bottle gets jerked out of the mouth,
Mm-hmm.
or they'll notice, their leg gets pulled out from under them and they fall,
Mm-hmm.
or a toy is took from them.
Yeah, I saw one video where a little girl had a little bucket or something. I don't know. And whatever it was grabbing that, and she was pulling, and it was pulling her, and then she jerked it. Yeah, that's creepy.
Uh-oh. Tyrone said, older churches especially have spirits. My childhood would definitely did. I believe that, Tyrone. I
Yeah.
really do. And I'll tell you a story about that, Tyrone. There was a lady I knew really, really well. I knew her really, really well. We were like best friends. And, but I knew her really well. I got to quit. Um, and she
She was
said
one
that
of your good friends.
very good friend from 1974, March 12th.
There you
And,
go.
yeah, 7:13 p.m. She went down there to the church and she was cleaning it. And while she was cleaning it, she went to the janitorial closet where they kept the heater, the air conditioning unit, or whatever they are, the big unit,
Hmm.
and the big stainless steel pipe that goes up, through the wall. She said she opened that and she saw. She said, "This is her exact words. I'll quote her. If I ever saw the devil, I saw him that night, Mike." She said he had his hands wrapped around the pipe, looking around the side of the pipe at her.
Uh,
Now, there was another lady that attended that church. There was a very good friend of mine, really, really close. And she said that one time she looked out into the crowd of the congregation, and certain people had pig heads. They
mhm.
only certain people. Well, after all that started happening in the church closed. I think it divided. They had a big ruckus.
Yeah.
The preacher was spending more time with this family, so this family was getting mad because they felt like he wasn't spending enough time with them. They had a lot of turmoil started happening, you know, in the church.
Hmm.
It ended up closing. But back to the children. There was one video where a child was actually asleep in its bed, and it got drugged to the end of the rails, up and over, and fell into the floor.
Oh gosh.
And that really bothered me whenever I watched that. And a lot of people, talk about, well, my baby wakes up every night at the same time, and we don't understand why.
Hmm.
And I'm starting to wonder, is it something that's coming through at that time? Is it,
Oh,
me and you and Scott talked about residual haunting at certain times? Is there something going on at those certain times?
right. I don't know. Talking about I, I know everybody's seen the video of the little boy that was standing up on the rail of his crib. He was standing on it and kind of balancing back and forth and crying, had his arms out. And luckily, he fell back into the bed instead of front. But that was, I don't
Do you,
know,
do you think something was maybe holding it there?
kind of looked like it.
That is scary. Silver
Yeah.
Bullet said, Mike, did you buy these friends? Just kidding. I have a lot of people that work for me. I'm a very busy guy, okay? So, I mean, I'm always doing something. I'm a workaholic. Uh, but these children, imagine you're a child in a bedroom and you
Hmm.
actually are seeing something like I used to. Nobody believes you, and they're sending you right
Mm.
back in to sleep with this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I have seen marks on people left by these things. Slap, like little bitty handprints where they'd slapped you,
Hmm.
bite marks, scratches, uh, things like that. And Mary says, yes, Brooks, something was holding him up and let him
Hmm.
go when he fell back into the crib. Poor baby was scared and crying. So it was probably trying to hurt that child, no doubt. And it probably wanted the child to fall into the floor. I mean, these things are scary. And I got some stuff I'm going to show you all tonight I think is really important. I'm going to show you guys just how easy these things can come into your house.
Oh, yeah.
and I'm going to show you. I have a video, and I'm going to show you guys just how easy they can come into your house.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, like what Tracy said. Like what Dana said. Listen to your children.
Mhm.
Uh, Herbert said he didn't get his last check. He needs a raise. Well, Herbert, check's in the mail. Uh, but one of the things, this is just some ideas. If your children are having trouble in their room
Mhm.
or a part of the house or really anywhere, one of the things I would suggest is look for bite marks on them, scratches, slaps, cuts, injuries. Uh, Sometimes their clothes are said to be turned around backwards, missing a sock. Just look for something that's repetitive, that's not normal. Or what I would even suggest doing, maybe take your child, put them in the bedroom, with the husband or with the mom, and you go sleep in their room for a while and see if you start to experience anything.
I did that with my daughter. Yep.
Really?
Yes. Mhm.
So what happened?
Scared the liver out of me. It really
Really?
did. Yeah, it did. Yeah. It was frightening. She kept telling me that somebody was going, psst, psst, hey, where's your brother? And I'm just going, no, there's not. And she said, yes, there is. There's somebody saying that. And so I did. I slept in a room one night. About 5 o'clock in the morning, I heard, psst, psst, hey. I froze. I was frozen in fear. It scared me bad.
Where was it coming from? Could you tell?
To me, it sounded like the closet, but it was, just a box closet as a mobile home. It was just a little closet that it sounded like it was coming from, and it was full of junk. She had her toys and everything all piled in there.
But that's what's weird is closets in so many instances are used. A lot of things go back to closets.
Hmm.
And is it because they're an entry?
I think because they're a dark place and because it's always closed.
I had the thing come out of the closet that lifted my head up.
Hmm.
And when it came out of the closet, and it's weird to me because you know that these things can see in the dark.
Hmm.
But for some reason it had a pull rope. It would always pull the rope down.
Hmm.
And it never made sense to me as to why it would, turn the light on.
Yeah.
Susan says, I wonder if that could have been a haunted toy. You know, that's how something came into one of my friends' house. It came in actually through a teddy bear that was found.
Hmm.
This teddy bear would walk across the dresser. It would wave at him. Uh, it done a lot of evil things. He was terrified of this teddy bear. Terrified of
Yeah.
the teddy bear. And
Mm.
I mean, if I'm laying in bed and I see a teddy bear wave at me or walk across, I'm going to have issues too. Probably for a
Yeah.
while. Probably for a
Yeah.
while.
I'd be going, the teddy bear's gone.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The teddy bear has to go at that point.
Hmm.
But I mean, how many times though do we go to a yard sale or do we go to a thrift shop or and we
Exactly.
buy that stuff and we bring it home?
That's right.
You know,
And I mean, even newer stuff, it doesn't even have to be an antique. If somebody's had something traumatic or there can be attachments to objects. So,
I mean, and then it doesn't have to come into your house. You're bringing it into your house.
mm, that's
That's
right.
you know. Elizabeth says I had a bad experience when I was 13. Hey, Elizabeth, if you would like to share that story maybe on here, email me and we get with you. I'd like to hear your experience. And if you want to come on, maybe we can get you on and you can tell your story. I think telling your stories helps a lot of people that are having trouble. And maybe we can, by telling stories, we can find solutions for people.
Right.
Yeah, goodwill, like Susan said, you know, uh, you know, the clothes that you're wearing from there, that could have been somebody that was very evil, that done very evil things in those clothes. So do you not buy things, or do you pray
Yeah.
over them?
I'd say pray over them.
Because I love the garage sale. I'm not going to lie. I love to go
Oh,
out and garage sale.
oh, me too.
You found something interesting at a garage sale, didn't you?
Mm.
Had your name
Oh, my daughter did.
or your
Um,
daughter?
yeah, it's this cross right here. She was at a flea market in Amarillo, and well, I could get it down, but she was walking through it, and there was a box underneath the table, and she looked down, and that was in it, and it's got my name on it. It's
Wow.
crazy. She said, "Well,
Yeah,
I can't leave this." She said, "That's mom's."
right. And
So,
you know, a lot of people also don't think about this. What about the clothes you're wearing?
mm,
That could have been what the person died in.
mm-hmm.
The beds that you buy, people could have died in those
Yeah,
beds.
yeah.
You know, we bought a house, a mobile home that had a bed in it. I would not sleep in that bed. I got rid of it just because I knew that the people that lived in that house had died in that house.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. It just wasn't something I was comfortable with. Norma says my daughter was given a lovely Asian looking doll when she was young. Every night the doll would change positions. I even put it up to her closet, which didn't have a door on it. Wow. You
Yeah.
know, we used to have, when we lived in that one trailer house where that dog was walking around, uh, the teddy bears would be moved from the bedroom into the front room. And we didn't even have no kids with us at the time. Every night that would happen. And they
Hmm.
would be in different places, sitting on the back of the couch, sitting on the couch, sitting on the floor, on the coffee table. But they would be moved out of that bedroom.
Huh.
And that, you know, and then the dog started walking around in there, and I gave him to the neighbors.
Not a good ending for the dog either.
Right. They said Elizabeth wants my mailing address. Did I miss it?
I put up the email.
Okay, the mailing address I believe is in
It's
the bar at the bottom of the page. I believe it will
yeah, it's
roll.
streaming across.
Yeah,
Um,
there it is, right there. P.O. Box 426, Chelsea, Oklahoma 74016. It's at the bottom of the page. You know, I don't know. I couldn't sleep in that bed, but we heard screaming inside of that house. I took a picture of a picture, and it had a demon's face in it.
mm,
Uh, there was times that I didn't even want to stay there.
mm-hmm.
I just I can't. I don't know. I just can't handle stuff like that. That kind of stuff really, really bothers me.
Yeah, the house I grew up in is a big house. Um, and I didn't like staying in it by myself. There was one time Tracy and I, this was after our mom had died, and Tracy and I were at home, and we were in the middle bathroom. We call it the brown bathroom. And it the doorknobs, when you turn them, they kind of squeaked and made a noise to open the doorknobs. And we were standing in the bathroom and we heard that. And she said, well, maybe it was the cat. Well, about that time, the cat comes and standing at the bathroom. And she said, we're sitting there listening and we hear it again. And she said, okay. She said, let's go get a Coke. And I said, okay. Well, I had my shoes in the living room. I stopped to put on my shoes. She said, no, no, forget your shoes. Let's go.
Yep. Yep. Time to go.
Yeah. And the excuse my dad gave us was that it was the water heater. But the water heater was actually out in the garage and we were clear on the other end of the house. It's a big house.
Right.
In no way was that the water heater. It was either somebody in the house or something weird.
Candace, I'm glad she said this because I was reading about this the other day. She says, I pray over everything now. She heard of hexes been spoken over beasts to curse, God's children.
Hmm.
There was a guy on TV the other day that was a Satanist said that they are actually doing that. They're having ceremonies over the meat that they're sending out to us to consume.
Mm,
The world's getting dark.
yeah,
There's a
bad.
lot of bad things going on in the world right now, and yeah, you should probably be praying over everything that you put into your body, bring home with you, or whatever. Um, we
Absolutely.
we had a lion in our house. It was a My dad had one at I think it was a carnival or a fair. And that thing, when I was little, I used to think it was a dream. I would be walking in my mom's room and it would grab the back of my pants. I used to always think that it was a dream until it started happening to other people. And it was the same story.
Hmm.
So it accidentally got knocked off the shelf and busted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, I mean, I know weird stuff happens. And like in my childhood home, there's a long hall that went to three bedrooms and, a bathroom. And then one of them was master bathroom bedroom too. But I mean, as a kid, I was scared to go to the bathroom. Either my brother or my sister had to go stand outside the bathroom while I went to the bathroom. But that house was weird. The walls would pop. It just go pop, 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 pop. You could hear it going down the hall
Oh, wow.
from the heating and cooling, I guess. Just weird.
Well, when we was at my granny's house, we hated going to the bathroom because when we go to the bathroom, that Bigfoot or whatever was out there would beat on the window and try to open the back door that was right by the bathroom door.
Mm,
It could hear you walk because the old floors would creak. And I
mm,
hated to go to the bathroom, and you knew if you turned on the light that it knew you was in there because the light would shine out into the back in the darkest part.
mm-hmm.
It knew you was in there whenever you would turn on the light. And
Right.
I hated going to that bathroom. And
Yeah.
we would, usually have somebody sit at the kitchen table and wait on us because we were afraid. But when you physically see that door handle jiggle and something push on the door, you knew there was something out there.
Right.
And I
Well,
did not like that.
see, and when I was a kid, well, even up until the time I moved out, I had night terrors in that house.
Really.
I did. I had night terror, and I'm talking full blown night terrors where I would get up and go screaming, running through the house. It was terrible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Cliff, good to see you. Is Scott in? I seen somebody say hi, Scott.
Yeah, Scott finally made it.
Scott finally make it from that steak dinner he's probably having and lobster and everything else. All right, guys. We're going to talk a little bit about the Fae and the fairies. Now, they're not going to. I'm going to give you my opinion whenever we get, and I've got a little story about it that I found that I want to read to y'all real quick. See what y'all think. Fairies are usually conceived as being characteristically beautiful or handsome, and as having lives corresponding to those human beings, though longer. They have no souls, and at death simply perish. They often carry off children, leaving changeling substitutes. And they also have been known to carry off adults to fairyland, which resembles a pre Christian abodes of the dead. People transported to fairyland cannot return if they eat or drink there. Fairy and human lovers may marry, though only with restrictions, whose violation ends in the marriage and often the life of the human. Making friendships with the fairies is also the same thing. As long as you're loyal to them and good to them, things seem to go well. But when people disagree with them or try to get rid of them, they usually either become very sick or have very horrible accidents resulting in losing their lives. Some female fairies are deadly to human lovers. Fairies are said to be of human size or can be smaller up to the height of 3 inches, 7.5 centimeters, or less. Female fairies may tell fortunes, particularly prophesying at births and foretelling of deaths. Several herbs, especially St. John's wort and yarrow, and potent against fairies, and hawthorn trees, foxglove, and grounded deerberries have often been used to get rid of these. But in other cases, they have only made them madder, made things worse, and have resulted in the death of people's children, animals, and loved ones.
Hmm.
I'm just going to say right now that I think that's a demon.
Yeah,
That, I mean,
yeah, they're yeah, they're, yeah, familiar spirits.
and it kind of sounds like the the making the friends with the kids, the imaginary friends, and then whenever you don't want them around no more, they get mad and they start retaliating.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kill your mom, hurt your dad, hurt your little brother. So I don't know. That to me, you know, that goes back to the story of they finding the little children in the woods and people take them home to raise them. They
Mm-hmm.
say that the children would start looking different, they would start eating different, they would start acting different, they would grow at an unnatural rate, and
Mm-hmm.
eventually the parents were found dead and the child was gone. So it's one of those things. Be careful what you bring home because these things are actually killing people. Like what Brenda G says, no souls. Yeah, and that's what they say is they
Yeah.
have no souls.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I seen something right here. And Candace says, demon, yes, principality, higher up demon. You must fast and pray in Jesus' name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, these are things that you don't want around. Uh, I'm going to show y'all a video. Okay, this video happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now, I could not record the audio because it was copyrighted. So, as the video's up, I'll kind of walk you through what's going on and kind of what they're saying. But this video happened in Tulsa. Let me get rid of this real quick so when I pop it up, it's not going to be in the way. This couple was having something on their porch that kept coming back. You'll see it here. She even went as far as putting skeletons on her porch, a hoot owl, and things like that to keep this thing from coming onto her porch. It was banging on her door so loud it was waking them up. She tried to make it look like there was people out there. She tried everything she could do. She turned off the lights, and it still comes back to her house. She ended up having to put stuff between her two doors because she was afraid it was going to try to come in. They used poisons. They used pesticide to try to get rid of it. And as you can see right there, it is. And she could not get rid of this creature. She said it continued. They talked to a biologist. They spoke to a lot of people, and this is what they're guessing it to be. But to me, it doesn't look anything like what they're guessing it to be. And I'll let you all finish this section of it.
Yeah, show that again too.
Okay.
Hmm.
That's what they were trying to say it was. I don't think so. And she's saying there that she turns her light off, and they put in a security camera. And then she tried to decorate the porch to make it look like stuff was sitting out there and stuff. But she said none of it got rid of it.
Huh. And
Y'all
that's
want
an
me to play
older
that one more
lady
time when it
too.
ends? Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all want to see that again?
Yeah. One more
And
time.
this is Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Hmm. And it kept coming back.
Yeah, she wasn't able to get rid of it after everything they've tried: poison, lights, hoot owls, decorating the porch, and everything.
Huh. That's creepy. Well, I've seen that video of the dad and his kids that went out in the backyard and a little fairy came flying at him. The kid gasped and then, I mean, it had arms and legs.
I got a video here in a little bit I'm going to show you guys. It's going to blow your mind. It really blew my mind. See, look at that. It's like it's glowing. The center part of that.
Right?
I don't know if it'll. Yeah, it won't let me. But she went as far as turning out her light and everything. And they tried to say that little green light right there they thought might be attracting it, but I don't agree with that.
No, I don't think that light's big enough. Hmm. I don't
Yeah,
know. I think there's lots of stuff that's coming out. People are going to start seeing more and more weird stuff. I believe
good night,
that.
Herbert. So, what do y'all in the chat think? You think that's a moth, or does that look to you like she's got something else going on? Ooh, Melissa Davis. I
Yeah.
like that. She
Yes,
says,
Mary,
if
there is a video of it.
did she miss it?
No, she was talking about the one I was talking about where the dad and his kids were going out in the backyard. And I mean, it was right there.
Melissa Davis says it's waiting to be asked in.
Mm,
Lori says that's not a moth. That is no moth.
no.
Okay. Now, whenever you go out and you're doing these investigations, boots on the ground, we've talked about things following you home, how you have to be careful, how you need to be aware of your surroundings, pray. Well,
Hmm.
I found a video of two girls that came home, right? Something followed them home. And this is good proof right here to show you these things will follow you to your house. Let me see if I can find this one right here. If you watch, these two girls come home and something followed them home. There they are coming home. And if you watch, oh, that was it right before they walked in. They actually walked in, and then if you look right here, you'll see it flying.
Right.
You see that?
Mm,
And that was where they walked in. And we'll do it one more time. You can see a trail behind it, kind of like there's a trail behind it. See that?
yeah.
So what do you think that is?
That's something that followed them home. I wonder where they had been.
It didn't. It didn't say. I have to
Huh.
remove the background and all this when they're doing a video. It takes millions, like Avatar budget. She says Critterville. You're right, Scott. That's a good point. Moths can't knock on doors. And if a moth was to hit a door that hard, it would kill it. I mean, we've all known
Oh,
that. We've seen that.
well, even a bird hitting the door or window stuns them. They fall to the ground.
Right. Like what Susan said, it's not a mosquito.
No.
It did look like it had a pretty good size to it. I agree, Sharon. I'll have to find that one, Attraction Powers. Now they got this one, guys, and this is a pretty clear video. And I want all your opinions. I want you to tell me, is this real or not real? But this was caught on a doorbell camera. Does that look like? We'll play it one more time.
Yeah, see, to me, that looks like it's got two legs.
We'll do it one more time for everybody. That way, everybody can make their.
I agree, Susan. I saw the legs too.
So, what do y'all think that one is? Attraction Power says it could be CGI. That's always a possibility anymore.
I don't know. I
Uh,
think there's,
Susan says it looks like legs.
I think
Dana
there's
says it looks
stuff
like a
out
big.
there.
Uh, Scott thinks it looked like a moth. I heard they do have a glow. Yeah, I've heard that too. That's. You're right. Attraction Powers. They do talk a lot about them having glows. They say that they do have glows.
Hmm.
And Belinda Kruger says a tiny white fairy. Sharon says that she saw legs also.
Yeah,
Susan agrees with you, Brooke. She said it could be CGI, but there is stuff out there. Elizabeth Blosser
yeah.
says a real cryptid. The Wolf Lady says, "Hello, AI family. Good to see you, Wolf Lady. It's been a while." She's another investigator, guys, in Oklahoma. We're glad to
Okay.
have you here with us, Wolf Lady. She's a good friend. She's a good lady. Lori says, "Tiny." Dana, that they believe that it is a fairy, which I'm sure opinions are going to differ on what they are. I believe that they're disembodied demons, but I definitely would say that it's not a bug. How about we agree on that? It's not a bug.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bug. Um, okay, so Dana Affliction says it did look like a fairy. All right, guys, here's something weird for you. When these things follow you home, we have talked about this before. They will try to come into your home.
Hmm.
And we think that because we got our doors shut and we've got our windows shut and everything that we're safe. Well, if this video is what it appears to be, how many of y'all have heard the story of Silver Spurs, the Christmas story? When Santa Claus goes to houses that doesn't have chimneys, he has a little elf called Silver Spurs. His job is to crawl through the doorknob, through the keyhole, unlock the door for Santa. What
Huh.
does this look like happens, guys? went right in the doorknob.
Wow. Hmm. Yeah, it went straight for it, didn't it?
Yep. I'll do it one more time.
That's crazy. Yeah, we just don't know what all's out there.
If they can fit through that little doorknob, Tracy says that looks like a moth. Lori says, "Oh heck no, I would never."
Cliff
Attraction
wants
says you
you to,
can't trust any cryptid.
yeah.
Uh,
Um, see what
I
Cliff said?
let me see if I can, Cliff. You're pushing my abilities. Let me see here. Let's see.
Come on, Mac. We got confidence in you. You can do it. You did it a while
I'm gonna
ago.
try. I'm gonna try. I don't. It won't let me. Let's see. No, it says I don't have that function. I
Hmm.
wish I did though.
Well, there was one that went up full screen.
I'll play it one more time. Yeah, it's how I had to record it.
Oh, okay.
It won't let me with
Can
the.
can you kind of stop it where the you can see its legs? Look at it. Yeah.
No, it won't. I wish it would let me pause it.
Hmm. That's why I'm looking at my iPad. My
It won't give me
telephone
the option. I
screen's
wish I
way
could.
too small. Wow.
And I'll play it one more time so they can see. It does look like legs.
Yeah. Dana says it
And you
looks
know, then
does
we
look
got
like Tinkerbell.
Colin.
Yeah.
And then you know the Tulsa one here. This one, it's glowing. And they said a lot of people talk about when they have fairy encounters that it's glowing. See that?
Mm-hmm.
But what is it? It's beating on the door, whatever it is. I don't know if a skeleton's going to keep something evil away sitting on the porch. Mom
That's
said maybe that's
crazy.
what it's attracted to is the scary stuff that she does have on the porch.
Right. I think Tracy said that in the comments too. Yeah.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
So that may be something that it feels at home. It's like home.
Yeah.
But I thought that was really interesting.
I don't know. Well, all these fairy stories, and I don't think they're just made up stories because they've been handed down for a long time.
Right.
I think they're based on true stories.
You're welcome,
Because,
Cliff. Next time I'll try to get still photos and stuff like that. I apologize for that.
so,
Okay. So Roman says the really small ones that resemble flying insects are the demi-fae.
Demi
There are
Faye,
many kinds. With the ones that look like people are called. I don't know. I know I'll kill that word. Sai,
pronounced she,
she,
yeah.
all kinds of these things.
Well,
That's interesting.
I think they're real.
To every story, and I was told by my friend Steve, and he's a very knowledgeable guy. He's my best friend, and he's done a whole lot for me. He says that to every story, there's a little bit of truth.
Absolutely.
Something had to happen to cause it to do that.
Hmm.
Uh,
Well, where did our Ireland person go? I mean, even in
Cat,
Ireland, yeah. Um, whenever they're doing something, they have to go and get permission because of the fairies. They do that to this day. You just can't go build something somewhere. You have to make sure the fairies aren't there and all of that.
right. We froze for a second on my end.
Yeah, I didn't.
You go with Peter Pan,
Yeah,
and there's probably some truth to that story.
I
You
think
know,
so.
uh, one of the places we're going to be headed to on the boots on the ground is going to be Goose Island, guys. Goose Island, by where I live, is a very satanic place. They do a lot of rituals out there.
Mm,
People, uh, it's a very dangerous place. A person has actually been shot out there that I know. Uh, the people report of seeing orbs, hearing screams for help, and animals screaming from being sacrificed that are not
mm,
even there. That's not even there.
mm-mm.
They sacrifice animals over doors that they lay on the ground that they put their uh, symbols on, and they believe that they can open those doors and then bring things into our world. That happens a
Wow,
lot there.
it's
We're going to be
terrible.
taking a trip there. We're going to go explore that island. So we'll take you all along with us while we do that. Uh, I I don't know. I think it'll be an exciting place to go.
Scott.
What's Scott doing?
He said, make sure you take Brooks with you. Yeah. If I'm going, you're going, Scott.
It's a road trip.
That's right. All for one and one for all.
But those kind of areas are where we want to go, boots on the ground. That's where you're going to get your evidence. Can you imagine running the IR camera out there at night?
Mm,
Could you imagine that?
yeah.
There ain't no telling what we're going to catch on that IR camera
Yeah, no telling.
because it
Uh,
catches things that I can't see with the regular eye.
right. Well, and if they've done rituals and stuff out there, no telling what they've summoned up to that island, too. That's scary.
I got
Yeah, you
just a weird
definitely
feeling out
don't
there, just a
want,
weird feeling.
yeah, you don't want something following you home from there for sure.
Oh yeah,
Mm,
I don't know. I think it'll be scary. I think it'll definitely be very interesting.
yeah.
There's you know, there was a man hung himself out there on the main road, and some people were driving out there one night, and they were parked underneath the trees, and they heard something on the roof of their car, boom, 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 and they didn't know what it was. And whenever they got out, it was the guy's feet hitting the top of their car.
Ugh,
Yeah.
that's something right out of a horror movie, isn't it?
Oh, and that place is said to also have a lot of Bigfoot activity. Uh, there's supposed to be a black cat out there that's supposed to turn into a man. They say that you'll see the cat and then you'll see the man. And he's also been known to talk to people. And then the next thing you know, there's a cat running off. So
Huh.
that's supposed to be one of the things that happens out there. Another thing that's supposed to happen out there is a lot of lady screaming, like people screaming for help that's being sacrificed. So you're supposed to hear a
God.
lot of that out there, a lot of screams, a lot of like, help me, because there's been a lot of sacrifices out there.
Hmm.
And it's a very wicked looking place out there. It is. It's a scary looking place.
Wow.
And we're going to be going boots on the ground out there. It should be a interesting trip.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, make sure nothing follows you home for
Yeah,
sure.
you might get a visitor that you don't want. Also, everybody, if you have not joined our Wide Open Adventures channel, I'd like to invite you to go over and join it because let's see, Sunday night, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, we're releasing our first premiere on that channel, and we'll be in the chat spending it with you guys. So I'd
Yeah.
like to invite you all to join us tomorrow night on Wide Open Adventures. We'd love to see you in the chat. We'd love to chat with you guys. It's about an hour and a half premiere we done, and you'll get to see all of us again, interact with us, and again, it's Wide Open Adventures, and we'd love to see all of y'all over there. Also, it's going to be a fun night tomorrow night. The premieres are always fun.
Yeah.
We got Scott, the Rod Master, on there. He's going to give some fishing tips. So I think he puts cottage cheese and ranch on it, and he might give us some recipes. You never know about him.
Put the fish on a stick.
Right. So, what do y'all think? Are y'all glad the boots on the ground is coming back? Is that what everybody's been wanting to see? Is that because I've heard that a lot of you out there have really missed that boots on the ground? So, if you've really been missing it, drop a one. And if you don't like it, drop a two. And you just want me to sit here and do nothing and make up stories. But if I did that, you could go watch another channel. So, we got some ones, yeses. Looks like people missed the boots on the ground instead of the ass in the chair. There we go. Look at that, Brooks.
Yeah, I know it.
Yep, everybody likes the boots on the ground. I like it too, guys, and we're going to be doing more of it. And we can do some discussing the boots on the ground on the lives. I think that's going to be cool. Uh, so, Mary, I'll be careful. Um, I'm always careful.
Maybe this summer, if I get brave enough, I may do a video for you and walking out here in this national forest.
You better be careful. You might get a bear eat you.
I'm not scared of the bears. I know to stay away from the bears.
Right? Stay with one. Yeah, everybody wants the boots on the ground. And tell me, guys, am I right or am I wrong? Did our boots on the ground and our investigating animal attacks, did it not separate us from other channels? Were we not second to none?
Sig, I'm in Lincoln County, New Mexico. I'm in Ruidosa, New Mexico. Is where I am.
Yeah, I know. I hope Bigfoot don't get Brooks.
Well, I'd definitely be going by myself.
There we go. Grape Ape said that's why I joined was for the boots on the ground. It's coming back, guys. It is coming back. Oh, thank you, Nancy. I appreciate that. That's right. Fearless, second to none. That's right. Where we get from behind the desk and in the field. That's going to be our next hashtag. Yeah, everybody loves the boots on the ground. I love seeing that. And I love doing them. And it was hard to do this winter, but it's time to bring the boots on the ground back.
Yeah.
I really think it's time to do it. Brooks, that's all I've got for tonight.
Yeah.
Uh, we'll take questions now if anybody's got any questions. Oh, there you go. Sig said he had his first dogman encounter in Deming, New Mexico.
Ugh, I think I'd rather see a Bigfoot than a dog man. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
There's something about dog men that, mm,
Grape Ape says that she's got rock clacking tonight so loud she can hear it over this video.
wow.
That's right, Keith. Keith said from boots in the closet to boots on the ground.
Yep.
I will, Sharon. Thank you very much. Where are you from, Sharon? I've always wondered. Sharon's been on here a long, long time.
Hmm.
I wonder if we can get Sharon to go out in the field for us. Put the GoPro on and stream it. They said that the Fae can actually get as large as a regular human attraction powers. They say they can actually be actual up to human size.
Hmm.
She's in Indiana, probably Indiana.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
know.
it's Indiana. Sorry, I had to, Karen. Look like some of my spelling.
Yeah.
You spell like that, Sharon, and I'll be able to understand you. We'll get along
Uh,
good.
autocorrect is our best friend.
That's right. My autocorrect is dumb.
Yeah, mine is too.
Uh, well, looks like nobody's got any questions, Brooks, so I'll let you lead us out of this one.
Well, we appreciate all of y'all because if it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't be here. We appreciate your support for Hunter. Can't wait to get that little booger home. And we appreciate and love every one of you. Thank you for supporting the channel.
Yeah, it means a lot to us, the support and everything for Hunter. We got a long fight ahead. We have a court date that's close, another
Yep.
court date, and we just keep going on and on and on, guys. And we appreciate all the help that you all have given us. Y'all are amazing. The abnormal family's the best. And don't be surprised if the next live don't just pop up this week with me somewhere in the woods filming a boots on the ground. But
Hmm.
until next time, guys, keep your head on a swivel. Don't be something's dinner. And look at all the hearts. Wow.
Uh,
Ain't that
that's
something?
great.
He loved that. Thank you all so very much for the kind hearts and everything. It means a lot to us and our family. You guys are amazing. Uh, it means a lot to us.
Yeah.
But he'll be back here and he'll be visiting with y'all very soon. And keep the hashtag going, guys. Hashtag Bring Hunter Home Now. Thank you for the donations, the support, the gifts in the mail, and everything that y'all have done. It means so much to us. Until next time, guys, God bless. And we'll see you on the next one.
Good night, everybody.
And I love you, Hunter. I love and miss you so much. And I'll see you soon, buddy.
Go over tomorrow night and watch the premiere, Wide Open Adventures.
Yep, come watch us on Wide Open Adventures and support Hunter's channel. That's Hunter's channel. He'd love to see you there. It's Wide Open Adventures, guys. Thank you all so very much. Bye bye.
Bye.